You ever notice how some people go silent the moment your life starts getting better? They don't clap when you win. They don't congratulate you when you grow. Instead, they vanish behind vague smiles and quiet resentment. It's confusing at first, especially when those people were the same ones who said they wanted the best for you. But that's the hidden truth. Not everyone who says they want to see you happy actually can handle it when you are. Psychologically, this reaction isn't always about hatred. It's about comparison. When someone's self-worth is fragile, another person's success becomes proof of their failure. Your growth reminds them of their stagnation. Your joy triggers their insecurity. It's not that they dislike you, it's that they dislike what your happiness mirrors back to them. You've become a reflection of everything they're afraid they'll never achieve. This is called narcissistic injury by proximity. When people who base their worth on external validation see someone close to them succeed, they experience a psychological wound because your light makes their shadow visible. And instead of being inspired, they feel exposed. That exposure hurts, so they cope the only way they know how, by minimizing you, gossiping about you, or withdrawing affection just enough to make you question yourself. But here's where it gets darker. Many of these people don't know they're doing it. Their subconscious is wired for emotional survival, not self-awareness. Envy becomes their defense mechanism. They convince themselves you changed, that you're full of yourself, or that you got lucky. They rewrite the story so they have to face the truth that it's not your success that bothers them. It's their own sense of failure. When someone can't be happy for you, it exposes where they still feel small. True contentment celebrates others. Insecurity competes. The insecure person sees your joy not as connection, but as threat. They view life as a zero-sum game. If you're winning, they must be losing. They live in psychological scarcity. There's not enough validation, not enough love, not enough success to go around. So, instead of cheering for you, they start collecting reasons to resent you. This is why some people treat your progress like betrayal. They'll say, "You've changed," but what they mean is, "You outgrew the version of me that needed you to stay small." Because when you were struggling, they felt useful. Your pain made them feel powerful, needed, even superior. But when you healed, you disrupted the dynamic. You took away the role they were comfortable playing. The rescuer, the advisor, the one who had it together. And now, without your suffering, they feel irrelevant. That's the hidden psychology of resentment. It's not always about jealousy. It's about loss of control. Your happiness removes their ability to define themselves through you. And for people who depend on others' dysfunction to feel stable, your peace is threatening. It dismantles the emotional hierarchy they secretly relied on. It's the same reason some family members suddenly grow distant when you succeed. They were comfortable when you were one of them, struggling, barely making it. It kept the emotional playing field safe. But when you rise, you challenge their identity. If you came from the same place, but ended up somewhere different, it forces them to question the choices they've avoided for years. It's easier to mock you than to reflect. But envy is rarely loud, most of the time. It's quiet, passive, and disguised as detachment. You'll notice it in the delayed replies, the half-hearted compliments, the way they change the subject when you share good news. You'll sense the tension, even when they smile. Because resentment leaks through tone, through silence, through energy. And the more you grow, the more you'll feel it. Yet it's crucial to understand this. Their reaction has nothing to do with your worth. It has everything to do with their wounds. When you shine, people will project their unhealed parts onto you. The insecure will see arrogance. The jealous will see threat. The envious will see luck. But none of that is about you. It's their own unresolved story, trying to protect itself from growth. The psychology of this dynamic goes even deeper. For some, seeing someone else win triggers a hidden fear of abandonment. If you evolve, they worry you'll leave. If you find peace, they fear losing relevance. So they subconsciously try to pull you back with guilt, with criticism, with emotional distance. It's not always malicious. Sometimes it's just fear, disguised as judgment. They don't want you to change, because change reminds them of everything in themselves that's still stuck. But here's the hardest truth. You can't shrink to make someone else comfortable. You can't dull your light to soothe someone's darkness. When you play small for people who fear growth, you don't save them, you join them in their cage. In cages, no matter how familiar, will always suffocate the soul. Growth will always cost you relationships, built on the version of you that needed saving. But the freedom that follows, the peace that comes from no longer apologizing for your joy, is worth every silent goodbye. There's something deeply revealing about how people respond when your life starts to rise. Some will clap, genuinely. Some will cheer, but only while they feel ahead. And some will grow quiet, retreating into subtle bitterness that feels like static in the air. That silence is a message. It tells you everything you need to know about how they viewed you all along. To them, your happiness was never just yours. It was a mirror of their unfulfilled potential. From a psychological perspective, envy isn't about desire, it's about identity collapse. When someone sees you thriving in an area they've failed to, their ego experiences threat. Their subconscious whispers, if they can do it, why haven't I? That thought isn't just uncomfortable, it's destabilizing. It threatens the story they tell themselves about why their life looks the way it does. So instead of rewriting that story, they rewrite yours, turning your success into luck, manipulation, or arrogance. Anything to keep their illusion intact. This is what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, reduction. When someone's reality doesn't match their beliefs, their mind scrambles to reconcile the two. If they believe good things only happen to certain people, and you prove otherwise, you force them to confront the gap between belief and truth. The easiest fix: devalue you. Devalue your work, your results, your joy. Because it's far easier to dismiss what threatens your ego than to evolve past it. And it's not just strangers or acquaintances who do this. Often, it's the ones closest to you. The ones who once felt superior when you were uncertain, lost, or struggling. They built emotional balance by comparison. You were the friend they could feel better than, the sibling they could quietly pity, the coworker they could advise. Your glow throws that balance off. They can't process it, so they reframe it. You're different now. You forgot where you came from. You think you're better. But those aren't observations, they're projections. What they're really saying is, I can't face what your growth brings up in me. This is why many people subconsciously try to sabotage you, not by open hostility, but through emotional withdrawal. They'll stop supporting your work, stop checking in, they'll make you feel like you're bragging, just for sharing your progress. This is social rejection used as emotional regulation. A way for them to regain superiority by making you feel guilty for your evolution. The goal isn't to destroy you. It's to shrink you just enough that they feel safe again. But the paradox is, people who can't celebrate others are the ones who stay stuck the longest. Their energy goes toward resentment instead of reinvention. They feed off comparison instead of curiosity. The very people who envy you could transform their lives if they used that same energy to ask, what can I learn from this? But envy blinds them to opportunity. Their ego protects them from feeling small, even if it means staying small forever. And that's where your power comes in. You have to understand that not everyone is meant to clap for you. Some people were only ever comfortable with your potential, not your power. They liked you better when you doubted yourself, because your doubt made them feel secure in their own stagnation. But once you start acting like you believe in yourself, you disturb the fragile equilibrium that keeps their ego intact. This is the psychological reason why growth is often lonely. Elevation isolates. Because every level of evolution filters out the ones who are unwilling to confront their own. You will lose people, not because you changed, but because you refuse to keep playing the same emotional role they assigned you. But there's something freeing about that loneliness. It strips away illusions. It shows you who was connected to your pain and who was connected to your purpose. Some people loved you because you were broken, because it made them feel like healers. Others loved you because you were struggling. It made them feel useful. But the ones who love you when you're thriving, those are your people. They don't need you to shrink to feel significant. They see your light and let it remind them of their own. The remedy isn't to harden your heart or become bitter. It's to detach with understanding. Envy isn't always malice. Sometimes it's unprocessed grief. Grief for the life they didn't build, the courage they didn't claim, the chances they didn't take. When you see it that way, you stop taking their distance personally. You start realizing that your growth exposes wounds you didn't cause. But that doesn't mean you should keep people around who punish you for being happy. Protecting your energy means learning to celebrate in peace, even if it's in smaller rooms. It means giving yourself permission to outgrow environments that can hold your light without trying to dim it. You owe no one the performance of humility that hides your success. True humility, ISNT, pretending you less it, knowing you more, and choosing not to use it to make others feel small. Your happiness isn't arrogance. Your evolution isn't betrayal. It's proof that change is possible. And sometimes, your very existence becomes the challenge that forces others to confront their own potential. You may lose them for a while, but the ones willing to grow will find you again. This time, not from a place of competition, but mutual respect. So don't shrink. Don't explain. Don't water down your joy to protect fragile egos. You are not responsible for the discomfort your light causes in those still hiding from theirs. Because the truth is, people who can stand to see you win are the ones still losing the battle within themselves. And your job is not to dim to soothe them. It has to shine so others can see what is possible. Because in the end, real ones don't envy your rise, they evolve with you.